Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Good to
Um,
see you.
yes, good to see you too. Okay, just one second. Okay, okay, Dr. Reshma Patil, welcome to my podcast.
Thank
Uh,
you so much. I am really excited to share this platform with you and start the conversation.
so am I. Yes, I look forward to our conversation. First of all, I would like you to give about Dr. Reshma Patil, your background, and then we will come to Dr. Libran Science.
Oh, sure. So, hello everyone. Also, thank you to all the people who are joining. My name is Dr. Reshma Patil. I have completed my bachelor's and master's in biotechnology from India. My PhD also in biotechnology, where my work was more focused into plant molecular biology and molecular things. After that, after my PhD, I joined as an assistant professor for a short period of time in Maharashtra itself, near to my hometown. And then I moved to Malaysia, where I joined as a postdoc. And my work was more into enzyme technology and commercialization of a product. After that, now here finally, I've moved to Canada because my spouse is here. And so yes, right now I'm like doing freelancing. Science communication is a thing I started during my postdoc, so I'm continuing with that. Bit of like more into transitioning my career, and also looking for some solid opportunities, like let's say 9 to 5 kind of a job thing. But yes, all these things are like simultaneously going on.
Amazing. Um, you talk about your postdoc stuff, and I saw you worked on a very interesting topic, that cleaning of edible bird nest, right? Can you talk about that a bit more?
Yeah.
I find it quite interesting and a new topic for me, at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It was interesting, that stream, because uh, I was completely unaware of this stuff, that there is a bird nest which is edible.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is something really fascinating. And so, but it is, yeah, it is basically it's an animal byproduct. There is one species, that is swiftlet species, a species of birds majorly found in caves and all those places, and they secrete this saliva, and the nest, they prepare the nest from that saliva. Okay, so it is more often Chinese cuisine, also a lot of medical purposes and all those factors. So my work was more focused on how to clean that bird nest so it can be commercialized. It is one of the animal byproduct um, which is very costly right now as compared to other products, because of this uh, the cleaning process, which is very traditional, and the reagents used are not that good. They're toxic to environment and also for the product. So my focus was how we can use biotechnology, that is enzyme technology, where we can break down the stuff and clean the product. So that was the organization of my work. And previously, like at my professor's lab, they did a bit of initial research on that. And so there was a base created over there when I joined as a postdoc. So we modified it more and I optimized it. And then it was almost on the way of commercialization when I was there. So we also did few of interacting with the other collaborators, or the like local businesses, and doing the stuff. So yes, it was really nice and interesting, something different which I saw,
Right.
which was applied research.
Right. So
Yeah.
you were making it edible for human being by cleaning the what is like unwanted in the nest, right?
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
cannot be eaten in raw form. Because
Exactly.
I have heard, like, in some tribal communities in India, they do eat this kind of stuff. I don't know whether they clean, in what process, what they do, but I think what you did, you said that it is toxic for environment. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, how is it toxic? I mean, because it is, if it is made from saliva, then
Okay.
what kind of toxicity could be related to that?
Okay, so let me clear this confusion of yours. The bird nest is not toxic. It is really okay.
Right.
It has a lot into it. But the process which they do traditionally, that is the bleaching process, they use strong
Okay.
something like that, which is not good, because even though it is discarded, it is toxic, or even though the remains whatever are there, if they are in the product, if it is not good for consuming, right?
Right.
So these are limitations the traditional process have. So my work or our team's work was to how we can overcome this, and also like how we can use this modern technology and do the recycling thing. So it was
Mm.
all related. And not only tribal, but I was shocked to see that there are few restaurants, Chinese specific restaurants, where they serve this as a soup, you know. And yeah, so once I got to know about edible bird nest, I used to like travel here and there in Malaysia. So I used to check if they have something like this. So yes, there are few places they serve the soup or few kind of cuisine, and I
Right.
don't know, it might be tasting good, maybe.
Okay. Okay. Congrats on that you are on the way to commercialize that product. So now let's talk about Dr. Libran's science. I see your funny reels gain quite a few following. So what inspired you to start that, and how do you come up with such content? Because these kind of contents are relatively less in the field of science.
Yeah.
People are doing, but very less. So talk about that.
I think, COVID taught a lot of things to many people, and it
Right.
has helped to uh, change completely, personally, professionally. So that was the part of my transition into this. So after my PhD, like I got married, and there was a bit of gap, like 2 months, and I joined as an assistant professor. I moved to another city, and in the meantime, I used to uh, basically I was not a social media person, right? So yeah, I was introvert, a bit
Okay.
of shy, not at all a social media person. I have a personal account where I used to post nothing. just,
Right.
just like a very few pictures of mine, and sometimes you may say that kind of conservative kind of thing. But then out of anywhere, like I was just thinking, and I was talking to my friends, and I was like, this is really interesting. I scrolled one reel of a researcher, and I was shocked to see that people are doing even this kind of stuff on internet,
Right.
researchers specific. That really inspired me and motivated me. And then I thought, okay, let's do it. uh, who is gonna check, like it's okay.
Mhm.
Just I never thought like I'll be having this kind of following, or things will move in this way. But yes, out of nowhere, I just gave a thought, okay, I'll try. And like my first few reels, they really did well. And then I thought, okay, this is really interesting. And in COVID, like it
Right.
was also a time to do something, keep yourself entertaining. And that's how I got into this social media platform, specifically Instagram. And eventually, like once you get into something, you understand various aspects of that respective profession, or this is not a profession, but whatever you're doing, and it inspires you indirectly. So yeah, that's all. And it's going
Right.
on till now.
Amazing. That is super. Yes, I have checked your reels and they are amazing. Okay, do you want to share something memorable that your reels got some good reaction from people? Any memorable one that you can tell?
Uh, I I mean, yes, there are many, but the one which really got a good following at that time, I was doing postdoc, and it was a very simple reel, very simple, where I posted something like working in a lab. The video was depicting that I'm working in a lab, and the caption was, like, there are very few PhDs, like just less than 0.5%. So be proud of yourself, something like that. And it really went. The reach was really nice. Like I received more than 500K views or something, and it was very simple. But what I thought is like this is a simple caption, simple line which got connected with many of them,
Right.
because most of the time we underestimate ourselves. We are in the research journey, we are most of the times like confused, and eventually after fourth and fifth year of our PhD, uh, the other factors like demotivation, depression, all these things start. So there should be someone who is telling you or letting you know that, oh, you are doing great, keep on doing it. You are really like something different. Pursuing PhD is not an easy task. So I really got connected over there, and then I thought, okay, this is the thing, I want to do it. I don't know whether I will take it to a very professional level or something, but I'll keep it going the way it is.
Right. And I remember I also got to know you from that reel last
Oh,
year, no, 2023 probably.
okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Because I came newly in Malaysia, then I was looking like, is there anyone? And one day I saw your reel and then I got connected to you.
I,
So it's really
I
amazing.
yeah, exactly. I remember. I think we had a small chat that time,
Right,
if
right, right.
I remember.
Because I wanted to know like if there is anyone in Malaysia from India, because if you're new in a place, you kind of homesick and everything related to India is like okay, some big thing.
Yeah,
So that's how I got to know you.
but I
Okay,
think at
and
that time, you are still in KL.
yes, yes, in
Oh,
Selangor.
in,
Yeah, it's like half an hour from KL.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, because my university was in Kuantan, so
Yes, it is, I think, 4 hours from here, right? Yeah, I have been there recently to Cameron Highland. So
oh wow, that's
I've been
nice.
there. That is a very beautiful place.
Yeah,
Yes.
beautiful.
Okay. Okay. You are also working with I think this is Path2PhD, right? You're mentoring student there. So can you tell us about that as well?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, this platform is where like the founder, she's my friend. So she started this journey like it's been like 3 years or something, and I have recently joined 6 7 months. So here basically we guide PhD aspirants, the master students, the PhD aspirants, or anyone who is oriented or who is looking for their career into research. So we help them in guiding every aspect of PhD, like right from whether you want to do PhD or not, to write your application, to how to write the cover letter and the statement of purpose, and help them find universities and all those things. So this is one platform which I mean, she developed, and I'm helping her to do the thing. So I joined as an academic mentor and strategist over there. So that is the part. And now we are thinking of, like growing it and doing much better things. So we have started our own newsletter, which is Doctoral Digest. So where we keep on posting everything about PhD insights and tips and everything, like whatever the PhD student might look for. So we are aiming for something like that, and it's going on. Yeah, we are trying to do much better things in 2025. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, I really feel that this kind of mentoring is very much needed before you join a PhD.
Yeah,
I feel that when I completed my PhD, that time only that okay, now I'm ready to do a PhD. Before that, it was like okay, just going. Okay, I know I wanted to do a PhD, but no mentoring, right? So I think nowadays it is very good initiative by people like you.
yeah,
Even I,
it is. So
yeah,
uh same story goes with me. When I joined as a PhD student, the only thing which was with me was the passion for research. I
right,
was very sure PhD or pursue something into research. That's all. But the other factors which I got to know after my PhD or during my postdoc is like how your mentor should be, how which lab you should choose, what should be your topic, and all other factors, what you have to do, the conferences, the networking, and all those things. I got to know it now. I mean, like just 2 3 years before.
right.
So it was just like a lab work and that kind of stuff. So yes, world is growing, digitalization is everywhere. So I think everyone should know these kind of things to stay in the you know
Yes.
market after.
Totally agree, because we as a people in science and that too in higher education, we are always in a closed ecosystem, right? From studying to giving exam and then finally working in a lab morning to night. So I think that's why most of us are lacking in this communication part, that we know, but we don't know how to communicate. And that's where the science communicator role comes into play. And I'm really happy that you are doing what you are doing, and I wish you to continue doing this. And I also mentoring in a NGO
Okay.
where we mentor underprivileged students from both rural and urban India. So they
Okay.
are basically students from 17 to 22 years old, and we guide them regarding their career choices. So I know how satisfying the mentoring role is. So for you, let me ask you, both in terms of giving and receiving,
Mhm.
how this mentoring role has played a role for yourself.
Okay, this is really a good question. Uh, like as you mentioned that it gives you a different level of satisfaction
Right.
in terms of many things. Let's consider when it comes to giving, it's like whatever I know or whatever I have learned, and
Mhm.
most of the time I come with this mindset that there was a time when I was not aware of the facts and what exactly it should be. So I just want to pass on whatever I have, the insights I have and the knowledge I have gained, so that it will be helpful to someone who is looking to actually pursue their career in research. And like when it comes from them, it's just like the appreciation we get, and you know looking them like they're really achieving the things, or really doing good in their fields. Even because when I was working as an assistant professor or teaching assistant, so my students still, they text me, they call me sometimes, and they let me know that, oh, like uh, we are going for year like this country for the masters, and this is going on, and these kind of things. So this is really satisfying. I don't think that there should be anything more from them coming to
Right.
us, like being, or just they are doing great and somewhere we help them, in any ways. So that is really satisfying.
Right. Okay, someone asked, can you please mention the name of the NGO? Yes, so this NGO name is FEA, Freedom Employability Academy, which is based in Delhi, India. And we work with underprivileged students. Since it is an NGO, so there is no involvement of money. So it is actually that if you are really passionate, then only you can continue doing this. So yeah, I can put the link for NGO also. If someone is interested, they can join.
Oh, that's
Uh,
nice.
yes, so you need to spend like 1.5 hours every weekend
Okay.
for one batch of student for a month or two. Then yeah, it's really satisfying for me. I have been doing this from last year, and
So
we
when,
and
what exactly you have a conversation with those kids, or what are you
they are
sharing?
yeah. Uh, okay, someone. Okay, let me answer this. Yeah, they are mostly in class 11, 12, and then some are pursuing their degree. So they don't know, coming from underprivileged background, where probably they are the first generation of people who are going to college. So they really
Okay.
have no idea.
Okay.
But they are very, very enthusiastic about doing something in life. So we guide them that what kind of career opportunities they can look for based on their background, or even there are many career options, right? They can pursue different line. So the conversations are like that. So you need to spend some time, and since they're from rural area, sometimes internet is a big issue,
Okay.
but we have to be really patient. And yes,
That's really nice and fantastic work.
yeah. So I'm starting my new batch from 31st January. I got a few guest mentor also.
Okay.
Probably one day I will send to you also if you are interested to join one or
Yeah,
more session.
yeah, we'll
Sure.
have about it after this.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. We got one more question. Hello, ma'am. I'm doing MSc Biotech India, direct PhD abroad. Yeah, you want to answer this question? Totally.
Um, I think, yeah, it is. I mean, like you can do. after your masters, you can do PhD in any country. There is just a process, like the application process you have to go through for every country or universities. The rules are different, and after getting all the information, it is similar to what you keep on applying. And yes, you need a bit of rigorous work for that, a bit of research for that, what exactly you want to do. So you can.
Yeah, that is the best thing you can do. I think before going for postdoc, you can directly go for a PhD, which is quite easier than in India, I believe, in terms of time, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's easier because in India it's really competitive. And
Plus the duration, it can go up to 7, 8, 9 years. I have seen people graduating with a doctorate degree after 10 years.
yeah,
Like you spend a decade of your life.
exactly. And after that, see, now this is a bitter truth that even after PhD, you have to struggle a bit.
Right,
Because um, we actually don't come from a glam industry kind of thing. Yeah, I would say glam because where there's a good salary or that kind of thing. We come from a very different kind of a background. It's very focused. The research funds are limited, and number of things come into picture. So even after PhD, even I took 6.5 years to complete my PhD.
right,
Even after PhD, you need a more experience. Like if you want to go into academics, again, there is a different criteria. Into industry, again, the different criteria. So you need to keep on gaining the experience and do the stuff. So yeah.
right. Okay, one more question after CSIR NET JRF. Yes, it is possible to do a PhD because they don't need
Yeah,
CSIR or NET result. Yes,
most of
you can check
the
more.
uh, most of the time people actually don't want to give these kind of exams because they are really time consuming and also competitive. Yeah, so
Right,
pursuing PhD at a good university, definitely that's a good option, I would say, and I would suggest to.
right. Okay, okay, Reshma, you tell me about, since you have worked in different country, different ecosystems. So, what is the big difference that you saw in India, in Malaysia, and now you're in Canada
Okay.
in terms of research and collaboration?
Okay. Uh, so let me start from India, right? Because I uh, started my research journey from there. So I think in India, it's more, we have a system, right? A hierarchical system, uh, most of the times with traditional approaches, if I'm not wrong, at some places, definitely not everywhere. So, uh, yeah, when it comes to collaboration and research funding, sometimes there are limitations a researcher has to overcome. There are the challenges which you have to face and then do your project or your research. So definitely, yes, this is the thing. But if your lab has funds or you're really working at a very good university or something, they have a good infrastructure, then it's okay, like you can just tackle those things and move ahead. But still, I felt like when it comes to collaboration, there is a bit of hesitation. It depends. It depends on your lab, your supervisor, and everything.
Mm,
Um, as compared to that, what I like, it's my personal experience, right, from my lab to lab. Uh,
right.
but when it comes to postdoc, in Malaysia, specifically in my university, Universiti Malaysia Pahang, uh, I have seen that researchers or professors, they are more into applied research and they are more focusing on to something that they can do they do commercialization of that respective product or anything like that. Because
Right.
even my professor or even the director of our department and few other colleagues, all of them were working into something which can be commercialized, or so that kind of shift I have seen in from India to Malaysia. And in terms of collaboration, it was very flexible. Specifically, my professor she was very flexible. She was like, okay, fine, you can collaborate with any related expert
Right.
or anyone project or something. So yeah, in that terms, it was really good. Uh, Now in Canada, as you know, I'm not exactly into associated with any organization or university, but yes, I'm doing this networking thing. I'm connecting with many communicators or science writing people, medical writing people, and what here I can see is it's more friendly, a bit of casual, you can say, not exactly because but it's more friendly, I can say. What I connect with
Hmm.
the professional people over here, it's easy to talk, ask them few questions, whereas in India, it's not that easy to connect with your seniors.
Right.
Uh, yeah, there is a bit of restriction.
Hmm.
Uh, so yes, these are a few differences which I have noticed. And so here you don't have tension, like when even though saying hi on LinkedIn to someone or just calling
Right.
someone, you I actually feel free to do that. But in India, I used to think a lot.
Right. Same goes for me in my university here in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the director as a student, he was so friendly when I first talked to him. I'm like, then I asked someone because a new director was appointed after a few months I joined. So I thought he's a student. Then I got to know, okay, he's the director. Then he came by himself to ask to take picture. I'm like, director, which is, yeah, really rare in India. We cannot think of, yeah,
It,
doing that.
I don't know, might be some cultural thing, or
Mm.
it's really vibed, and it's uh like everyone goes through the same thing. Even you go to the industrial thing, I mean, like the corporate sector somewhere, or even it's more always into the academics.
Right.
But yeah, Asia, this freedom I saw, that even my supervisor, she was really friendly with me. So I used
Mm.
to, someone is treating you the same, like no more student kind of feeling during your postdoc. So that is what I really enjoyed at that time of period.
Right. Okay. Okay, tell me, let me ask you this question. If you want to give one advice to your younger self, not very young, maybe 5 years younger than the age you are currently at, what advice would you give?
If it comes to specific research and
Right.
our field, I would say that start networking right now. Networking is the key for many, many things. It will open doors. So, as I already told you, I was a shy person. I used to not connect with people. I used to stay behind a bit, but
Mhm.
this thing I would have changed in myself, being little uh, extrovert and bold and connecting and talking to people. That really helps, and you understand this different aspects of any required thing or any area you're working into. So
Right.
everyone should start networking right now.
Okay, someone has a question. How do you begin networking?
Oh, how do you begin networking? I think the best platform is LinkedIn.
Right.
If you're not active on LinkedIn, first do that. Get active on LinkedIn. Now, let's consider you're also a shy person, or you're not that used to say hi and hello to everyone and get connect. So initially, what you can do is like visit LinkedIn, open the page every day for some time. Start looking for what people are doing, what exactly you can see the post on LinkedIn. Start following people from your research area or your interest, whatever they are doing, industries, like freelancing, entrepreneurship, everything. Understand what's going on the platform, and slowly, start connecting with people in such a way, like if you see any post, comment something. If you see anything, slowly take small steps, but start getting involved with the people who are there on the platform. And then once you understand, oh, like there is someone who they reply to you and things go on, and then you will be confident enough to start posting yourself and doing this thing. And eventually, I mean, in this all process, whoever like let's consider you are into your PhD, and you want to do a postdoc or anything, like with respect to careers. So you can connect with the respective person, say hi hello on LinkedIn, and ask if like you're looking for some insights from that person, or would they like to share their experiences? You're looking for this kind of role. You can keep it that way, and eventually you will understand when you are into the uh, platform and connecting with people.
Right. I think one hesitation that people have is that in our field, we believe that, okay, someone is more smarter than us, someone might be knowing more than us. So we feel that hesitation that what should I post? Is it worthy of posting even? Right. So I think that is something that keep us not doing it openly
Yeah,
as compared to someone in entertainment.
yeah.
Because if they're good in dancing or singing, they know that they are good at. Someone might be good better than them, but they know their potential, right? I think that is where we are lacking. That okay, we think we undervalue ourselves.
Yeah, I um I don't know why we do that. Even I used to do that. I used to
Right.
underestimate my own qualities, but I always think this one thing, and I tell to myself that sometimes you really have to be a bit shameless kind of
Right.
person. That's how I started my Instagram. It was very difficult for me to do funny or meme kind of reels, like I was like, oh, what people will say, because we have
Right.
that thing. But then one day I thought, okay, fine, I'll just do it. Uh, it came with LinkedIn too, initially, I, I still think that it's actually a professional platform, but I used to think, oh my God, if I post or write anything wrong, if someone notices it, then what will happen? But then one day I thought, what is going to happen at last? Like, uh, वैसे तो कुछ होने नहीं वाला है, तो it's okay. Just
Right.
you are that much educated, and you are into your senses that you know what you're writing or what you're posting, what you will be doing. So it's fine. It's absolutely
Right.
okay. Or we can always start from our comfort zone. Like write something you are really confident about, or something you are really interested into, and then eventually explore the things, and things will happen.
Yeah, and eventually you will learn in the process. It's not that you will learn everything, then you will go. Right.
This is one more suggestion, or one more thing which I would tell, that even things will fall into the place, you just have to start.
Right.
So yes.
Okay, we got a question how to prepare for a postdoc interview. Is it really necessary to connect my PhD work with the lab? I'm not necessarily, but many people find it easy to extend their PhD work
Yeah,
because you cannot directly jump to completely new topic. It has to be some relation with your
I think
own.
it will depend, because you are talking about an interview, right? So
Right.
if they have already mentioned which project they will be doing in their lab, or what is the research area, then at the start you can give a brief about your research in PhD, and then talk more about what you can do in their lab, or how you can align your experience and all those things. And as you mentioned that you can also continue, but then it depends on the supervisor, if you already had a talk with that person, if anything like that. So yes, it everything depends on the lab, the position that has been posted, or if you are just cold emailing to someone and then you received an interview invitation, right? So
Right.
things.
Yes. Uh, okay. Okay. I think okay. Let me ask you. This searching for job is a really hectic job itself. So how do you deal with that? I saw
Oh,
one of your reel in Kardashian ward. It is a full-time job. Searching for a job.
exactly. I mean, see, being very honest with you, the job market in 2024 was bad. And people are saying that it is getting back to the original phase, or the things are getting better, but I don't know. I can't see it yet. But yes, now because I am more into transitioning phase, like I am sure that I don't want to be in academics, like doing postdoc or something, my last option. I'm more looking into industrial roles, or something into science communication, consulting, advisory kind of things. So Yes, like it is but obvious, like you're coming from another country and then you are looking for the jobs over here. So it will take some time. So that's the reason I'm focusing more on networking so that I can understand what's going into the market, job market scenario and landscape. Uh, but yes, now you have to start from scratch, like understanding which are the organizations, institutions, look for the profiles you are really interested into, uh, like change your cover letter, CV, everything, and it takes time. And sometimes you
No,
also,
it is. Yeah, it is exhausting because of the rejection mail that comes along. Even if
yeah,
you spend less time than what you were doing in your PhD. In PhD, we used to work from morning to night,
yeah,
but the searching for job is really exhausting because of the rejection. That's what is an honest opinion. Someone
yeah,
said we feel very insecure. I think this is related to the networking question.
yeah,
See, only answer to this question, I would say that uh, you do not need to underestimate yourself. Even if you're a master student or bachelor student, you can write something what you know, because there is some audience who will be searching for that, right? It's not always come from something coming from Nobel laureate. No, everyone has their own journey. They have something to say. So
yes,
even you are a master student, you can always share your own experience.
yeah,
Someone might be looking for you,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So do not undervalue yourself.
It's, like sometimes we have to find our own ways, I would say.
Right.
Let's consider when it comes to networking, if you're not comfortable texting or connecting with a higher position like person, like let's call professor or someone who is in a manager position at industry, start from someone who is like you,
Mm,
a master student, a PhD student, or someone, but with the same research area or same type of an interest, and slowly try to connect and understand, like how it
right.
goes. So once it's all about you need to start doing, and you don't have to be very complicated
Right.
or think of email kind of a thing that you have to do lot many things. It is very simple that you can just introduce, like say hi, hope you're doing well,
Mhm.
I'm this and I'm working into this area, and given that your research area aligns with my interest, so I would like to know more about these kind of things. Just you can create, if you're not that confident, always create a template, always write few lines for yourself, and accordingly you can modify depending on those things. This is how you can train yourself. This is what I'm trying to tell. You can train yourself to do the things and get involved into networking.
Right. So, someone asked what things need to focus in postdoc. See, there is no such one thing that you need to focus. It will depend on your own area. So I can say doing a PhD and now doing a postdoc. A postdoc is a PhD itself, but without supervision. Even in
Yeah,
PhD, also you had maybe less supervision, but now you have to be more independent. You have to plan your work, do accordingly,
yeah.
and you learn
I-
a lot in this process.
right, right. And there is no any specific thing like focusing, because it will
Mhm.
depend on your project, your supervisor, your lab, and all
Mhm.
those. That's how you can determine what exactly goals you have to keep or what you have to focus.
Right. Okay, how can I choose my research topic? It
uh,
will depend on your interest, right?
I think anyone who is looking for any research topic, the first question you need to ask yourself is what you really like, or what are you truly passionate about. Self
Right.
analysis is very important in this case, because afterwards you can't mess with the topic, or just randomly pick anything, and if you're not really interested you can't move ahead from a particular point. So ask yourself that what you really like it can be any area. Let's consider molecular biology, microbiology, uh, plant technology, anything. And then you can start digging into that, looking into the trends, what are recently going on, or what will be into next 5 to 10 years. And you can understand, I think if you're really passionate and you really love research, you will understand, oh, this is the topic I really want to work in, or this is the area I really want to work in. And that's how you can, understand and choose the topic.
Right. Okay. No more question. Okay. Tell us about, as an advice to someone who is thinking to shift from academics to non-academics, from
Okay.
your experience all these months.
I think the first of all, the very important point which we again skip or underestimate are the transferable skills a PhD person holds,
Right.
right? So yes, during PhD or postdoc, we are more into doing the lab work, the technical thing. But along with this, there are many qualities we have, like a researcher or PhD person has, right? Let's consider right from managing the projects or project management and writing, because we are more into publishing papers and all those things. It can be grant writing, do your postdoc, um, critical thinking, adaptability, all these things. So I always tell this to who I'm connecting these days, like note down all your transferable skills. These are very important. Focus on which you are really good at, and then look for those typical skills and what exactly outside academia you can go into.
Right.
So if you're really good into something, okay, you can look for the opportunities. If you think that you need to add more or polish the skill a bit more, you can also do that along with looking the opportunities. But yes, focusing more on transferable skills and networking. Yeah, these are the two things you have to focus while transitioning.
Right. Yeah. And okay, with this, let me conclude the session. Before concluding, let me ask you uh, one last advice
One last,
for everyone. One last advice. Yes.
okay. I think all the crucial or important advices I have already shared with you. But one last advice I would just say, believe in yourself and be confident and do what you like. When you do what you like, you will really go, and that will be helpful in your long run. So we'll enjoy it eventually.
Yes. And after some point of time, that is the most important thing that you look for in a job. Money becomes secondary
Yes.
once you start earning it, right? So, yeah, rightly said. Okay. And also, thank you so much for joining today and sharing your valuable experience. And I totally agree that humor is such a powerful tool in addressing the challenge that academics have, or the PhD student or someone in higher education have. So I totally agree with that. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you to our audience who have joined. Uh, thank you so much. I will see you next Saturday.
Thank you, Tasreen, first of all, for inviting me. I mean, like, I was really excited to have this conversation with you, and also thank you to all who joined and asked the questions. And yes, I mean, like, looking forward to connect
More.
in future.
Right.
Okay, then thank you
Okay.
so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, everyone who commented. It is really helpful to hear. Yes, we would love to hold more episode on this. You can comment on what kind of topic you want us to talk about. That will be really helpful for us as well to plan. Yes, I also want to invite you for more episodes now itself. Thank you
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
so
Thank you so
much.
much. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.